What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Zach from Good Game Nation here, coming at you with a quick little market watch. Um, Wanted to go over some of the stuff from set 3, some of the stuff from set 2, and a couple things that I want to go over that I feel are going to raise in price based on some of the new rule changes. First off, we want to talk about Kale. This card's been consistently sitting at anywhere from 25 to $30. I don't see this card going anywhere other than higher in value. With the addition of Overwhelm cards, it makes Kale a lot more useful. Before, you used to be able to just, if you played Kale by herself, you'd have to kill her to blow up anything else on the board. With the addition of Overwhelm cards, now you can drop the Overwhelm. Let's say you drop a Time Patrol Trunks, plus off of that, maybe get an attack in, pop your Kale, pop the Trunks, kill everything else. It's looking pretty solid. I actually see Kale with some of the new support that we're getting in set 3 popping up to anywhere from $40 to $50, to be completely honest. Another card that I wanted to go over is the Jiren. It's constantly staying around. It's fluctuating, in between $16 to $20 all the time. I don't think I've seen it below 16 in almost a month now. The main reason for this is Jiren gets over all the pesky blockers, and it'll also get over the new cards with barrier. Also, there's a Tournament of Power set getting released in May, which is probably going to have, obviously, a lot more of the universe support, so we're going to have more Jiren support, more Topo support, all that good stuff. So picking up Jiren now, probably a good thing to do. It'll probably hit maybe 25, 30, depending on how good barrier seems to be, and how the new set will incorporate this stuff. Moving into some of the set 3 stuff that I think is going to be a little pricey. The Ultra Instinct Goku. Honestly, I don't think the card is worth the hype, but it is a Goku. It is an Ultra Instinct Goku. It does have an SPR. This card will probably stay around. Right now it's 25 pre-sale. This card's probably about $24 or $20, sorry. Honestly, if it sees more play, if people want to keep picking this up and they think they can make it work, then it'll go up in value. If not, it'll probably go down to maybe about 15. It's a nice card. It looks great. I just think there's better cards out there for what it does. The Dash Pack Kappa. That's a card that is currently $20 pre-sale. I feel like it'll go anywhere from 20 to 30. I don't think it'll drop any lower than 20. This card is amazing. It lets you play a Khalifa if you search for it, which that's going to be the next card I go over. But it lets you play Khalifa, it lets you search for Kale, and it decreases all their cost by 1. It's really good. It's a 2-drop and it costs 2 green, but for what you can benefit off of it, I don't see this card going any lower than 20. And honestly, this is the card out of all 4 dash packs that you should try to pick up the most of. We move into this Unstoppable Ambition Super Saiyan Khalifa. So this card's it's really interesting. I don't want to say it's broken. I don't want to say it's amazing or anything like that. But the fact that it is a 2-drop 20k that takes a card from your life and adds it to your hand when you play it, it's pretty valuable. The permanents are what make this card extremely relevant. I think it makes Brawly Leader something that people are going to continuously try to ponder and try to play around and try to build decks to fit. So the permanent is your battle cards can't be KO'd by your own skills, and your battle cards can't be placed in the drop area by your own skills. Currently, this card's $30. Again, it's a 2-drop, 2 green. So you would actually be able to play this with the Kappa. If you search it off of Kappa, you can play it for free the turn you play Kappa. So it's pretty nuts. You could also pop, when you play Kale, if this is on board, you can pop this. It won't go away. And your Kale still triggers. So it makes it really good. $30 is probably where this card's going to stay. I don't think it's as powerful as Kale, so I don't see it going any higher. It might drop to about 20 to 25, but 30 is where I would see it staying. Another card from set 3 that I think is going to have a lot of play and a lot of success in the meta is Fearless Pan. So when set 1 came out, the promo Goku was amazing, right? You played it, any deck that could run red played it, and it was super expensive. This does what Goku does, and instead of bouncing back to your hand, it gives everything double strike as well. And on turn 3, that could be pretty devastating, depending on your board state. Again, this has barrier, so it's something that it's a new mechanic that's being brought into the game, and I think overall this card's sitting at 25 right now. I'd expect it to maybe drop about $5. I think this card will be a solid 20. You can play it the turn right before you play Jiren. If you're playing, later in the game, you could drop a Jiren and drop a Pan. There's all kinds of things you can do. You can pull it out with a Babidi as well. Yes, I know you can't Babidi turn 2 anymore, but there's a lot of use for this card, so I can see it staying at $20. I don't know if you guys know, but recently we had a few rule changes that were pointed out, and Bloodlust for cards like Union Potara, Union Absorb, there's a Bloodlust has a second timing window. So basically, mainly Cell, right? So Cell's able to play around Bloodlust now, and it can do it effectively. So you would need, I expect Cell to rise in price. They'll probably go back up to about 13 to 15, depending on where they were at for the regulars. SPRs might jump back up $25-$30. The fact that you can play around Bloodlust, it makes this card a little more relevant than how it has been. Now we all understand, the Cell engine is it was really impactful to Vegeta, but nobody was afraid. Everybody was afraid to play it. Because of Mecha Frieza, Golden Frieza, anything that could abuse Bloodlust. So I would, if you can pick them up now while they're $9, $8, go ahead and pick them up now. Another card that I'm interested in that seems to be picking up in value is the new Chilling Terror. This card's been fluctuating on and off. It was $30 at one point. It was $15 at one point. They're back up to $25. With a lot of the new leaders, the new Android leaders being able to abuse it, this card's probably going to stay around $25. If you can pick them up any cheaper than that, I would. It's worth mentioning though that it might drop because a lot of the new leaders don't draw 2 cards when they awaken, so it's kind of a downside. But then again, who knows exactly what the meta is going to be like? We don't know if the old leaders are going to stay relevant or if the new leaders are going to completely take over. So it's kind of worth a gamble. This card's really good against stuff that normally awakens, but I guess the new stuff is not that relevant. So if you want, you can go ahead and try to pick them up for as cheap as possible. Obviously, if you can get them for 20, get them for 20. If you can get them cheaper, get them cheaper. That's it. It's a quick little market update. We won't know, we won't know exactly how everything happens until the market's saturated and everything's sitting well. We'll be back in a couple weeks. We'll hit you with another market update. But for now, this is what we got. Have fun. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let us know if I missed anything, if there's some cards you want me to go over. It's also worth mentioning that based on the Tournament of Power set, you might want to pick up some Champas and some hits while they're only a few bucks. Who knows? Maybe they'll be good, maybe they won't be, but there's always a chance they rise in price just because of the hype. All right, have a good one.